Okay, welcome back to the SportFlex Podcast, episode 1 of a new series, which is called The Journey. We're going to be speaking to footballers, athletes, sports stars in the industry, trying to get their background, how they got to where they got to, their goals, and asking a bit of questions, get to know more about them. And for episode 1, I'm joined by my cousin. This is a family, personal thing. I know him. Family thing. My cousin, Motherwell's finest centre-back, Ugandan National Team icon, Bevis Mugabi. Round of applause on my guy.
Thank you for having me, man.
There's no worries, man. Thank you for coming on, man. Thank you for coming
on. Anytime.
So, Bevis, how you been? Like, how's life, lockdown, everything?
To be fair, like, this lockdown, nothing's really changed for me because obviously, like, the season's already in flow, you could say. So, lockdown hasn't really affected us. I just go from my flat to training to supermarket to get food and back to my flat. Like, that's literally all we can do.
Yeah.
So, for me, it hasn't really affected me because I'll be doing that anyways. But obviously, for other people, it's got a bigger effect on them. So, for me, it's exactly the same as normal.
Yeah. But you see when the first lockdown happened, like the dramatic lockdown where, like, no one knew what to do. Like, are we coming training? How was that process? Especially as a footballer.
That was crazy because we were meant to be playing Aberdeen on Friday night. And that was the first game suspended in the SPFL. So, there was rumours that this game might be cancelled. So, it came to match day. I was just preparing as normal, and we got a message saying, the game's been cancelled in the group chat. We were just like, what?
Yeah.
Crazy. And then they said, this coronavirus seems to be serious. So, the government's cancelled it. And first, everybody at the club was like, okay, have the weekend off. We'll assess the situation. Then go from there. Then Sunday came and get a message saying, I'll be off for the week. As soon as I saw the message saying off for the week, I had a suitcase, jumped in my car, drove straight back down to London because I was thinking, if we're off, then, boy, this must be a serious thing. Serious. So I literally jumped in my Wizzy, drove 6.5 hours straight to London, and I was there 2.5 months.
Jeez.
So,
you couldn't even fly that?
Usually I fly back every time, to be honest with you, but obviously I knew I was going to be at home for a while.
Yeah, true.
I literally just drove back down to 6.5 hours, and then I was there at home for 2.5 months straight, one suitcase.
That's good. And just a final question, intro, during so when lockdown's happening, you're at home, are Motherwell contacting you? Are you having Zoom meetings, training? How did you keep fit during that whole lockdown when you're not going to the gym?
To be fair, Motherwell dealt with it very, very well. In the aspect of trying to keep us fit. They always sent us programs to do every day. And, do a couple running sessions, treadmill sessions, just park sessions, the same program, to be fair, we're doing in training anyways. So in that aspect of it, it was actually fine. And obviously I've got weights at home, which I was lucky enough to have before. So I was just still doing my gym workouts at home, going for my jogs with my Rodney, of course.
Yeah, right.
And then, man, it was a bit long though, can't lie. Having the motivation to get up at I was getting up at 6:30, going for my run and coming back home, doing my gym workout, then in the evening doing another session. The motivation is tough. It's not easy to just get all that motivation to go out and do the running by yourself, come back, do your gym by yourself. But it has to be done, man. It's my job at the end of the day. I have to look after my body,
Especially when you don't know when the season's coming back as well. Because it was 3rd of April, then they shifted it again and again and again.
Yeah. Even when I was speaking to the managers at the time, they were just honestly, we don't know what's going on. They're trying to give us information, but the information that they're giving us is pretty much irrelevant. No one knows what's going on. So,
it's great to have football back in it. Anyway.
Definitely, man. 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Great to have you back watching football, SPFL. But anyway, let's throw it back, run it back to young Bevis. Before you knew you were going to be a baller. So, how did it start? Tell us about your upbringing.
I would just say just playing outside with my friends, brothers, it's probably the same as you, man. Just outside my front garden, just playing with Gordon, playing with his friends, because obviously Gordon being my older brother, I have to follow him around everywhere.
Yeah, look after you.
So yeah. So literally, I was just following him around everywhere. When he went to the park to play football, I'd follow him. I play with, obviously, people that are a lot older than me, so that kind of toughened me up from an early age without even realizing it. And yeah, like, they kind of clocked on that I was actually all right at football. So yeah, it's one of them ones. So I think I signed for my first team when I was like probably like under 10s, under 11s. Just a local team, Larkspur Rovers in Norfolk. Then after that, I got spotted by like a Fulham scout. Then they signed me into a Fulham development centre, and I was there for a couple of years. And eventually had a trial at Fulham. Then first trial I never got in. Then the second trial, a few months later, I got in. Then they let me go at 16, under 16, so they never offered me a scholarship.
Yeah.
Then I was lucky enough to sign for Southampton, and I was there for 4.5 years, 5 years. Then after that, Yeovil Town for 3 years. Then Yeovil Town to Motherwell.
Right. So let's take it back to when you were playing for Larkspur Rovers. You said they were called
Larkspur Rovers.
Oh, Larkspur. Sorry for the Larkspur players in it. Back then, was you always a centre back, or was you like a striker, winger?
To be fair, I was flary. Yeah.
Say no.
I was like a centre midfielder, just everywhere, to be honest with you, just banging in bare goals from all different types of positions. Literally, like, you know, when you go to them tournaments when you're young, just winning the tournament, top goal scorer, just running right in them type of games.
Right.
Yeah, bro, honestly, like, then I signed for Fulham as a centre midfielder.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then they converted me back into centre half at, I think, under 15s. I think I started playing a year up at Fulham, and they needed a centre back, and they just put me there, and I done more with a year up.
Yeah.
So
was it because you say it was because we see you're physically, you're a madman, like the statistics, it's crazy. Like back then, was you physically always superior to people of your age group, or was it like man are raw, like these men are the same as me, like we're all big? Did you have that as an advantage?
I would say like I was always fairly tall, or just average height, maybe just above average height. Yeah. But I was skinny, man. I was proper skinny when I was younger, when I was at Fulham. I think when I was skinny, man. Like if I could show you a picture, I would, but I was proper skinny. And I think at the age of 15, under 15s when I started playing in Europe, I was like, I need to start putting on some muscle and just trying to get a bit stronger. Just hit the gym hard. Literally just in the gym every day with my teammates and just bulking up a little bit. I enjoy going gym, so it just kind of stuck with me throughout my career.
Okay, so throughout that whole process of like getting to an academy, like how did you feel when you got in? Was it like raw, like I'm here now? I know, like, you know, like it's not the end goal, but was it like a big weight off your shoulder, like raw, like part one, I've really gotten to an academy?
Yeah, because when I first signed for IFA, the Fulham Development Centre, you know, like our parents, African parents in general, they're like, study.
Bro, today, blood.
Yeah. Literally. And lucky enough, my coach was from Ghana, and he had obviously a good connection with my mum to actually allow me to sign for his team.
Yeah.
And she just said, Bevis, you just have to be committed to this, and if you don't, then you're gonna have to stop playing football and just focus on your studies. And I was like, since that day, I was like, okay, I have to be in this 120%. I can't just be letting down Mumsy like that at all. But she's giving me the opportunity to just do what I love to do every day. So from that one conversation I had with her, it's just stuck in my head, and I've literally haven't looked back since.
Well, that's quality. Like, big up Mumsies, you know, like Mumsies all the time. Like even my mum as well, like working hard.
Always.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So when you was like at Fulham, what age was this, by the way?
This is between under 13s to under 16s.
Yeah, because when I was in school, like a couple of my friends played for like Chelsea, and they were like they'd have to go to a special school like RKU because they have to train on these days you're in school. Like, did you go to a special school, or was you doing like part-time at your school and then part-time at Fulham Development Centre?
I did. Eventually, a few of us got selected to go to like the kind of Fulham school that was connected. It was called Clean Boys. That was connected to Fulham as well. It's literally right next to each other.
Yeah.
So we go there for education, then train in the afternoons with like the scholars, and when we were in year 10 and 11. So yeah, done that for 2 years. That was difficult, man. That was hard. Just like, because I was still living in obviously Northwest. Just waking up early, getting free trains.
Boy.
So, luckily, I was with one of my guys who literally lived down the road from me, so I was lucky in that sense. But waking up at 6:30, getting on the train 7:30. If you miss that one train, it's peak. You're late for school, and yeah, it was a lot for somebody my age at that time.
Yeah, that's young,
man. Just catching them trains and leaving in the dark, coming back in the dark.
Oh, bro, them ones. You're thinking, is football even it? Is it that deep, man? Football, like.
Yeah, but it just became like my lifestyle, or our lifestyle with the people I was doing it with.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, looking back, it was crazy, but it was worth it, for sure.
Yeah, that's good. So you're at Fulham now, the age of 13 to 14? Then when is it?
15, 16.
So what happened towards your end of the time at Fulham?
They just said it came to obviously after when you're under 16s, you either get offered a scholarship or you don't.
Yeah, of course.
And I went into my meeting. I remember like it was yesterday. Mum was next to me, and they were just like, "Yeah, like we're not gonna be offering Bevis a scholarship."
Right, bro.
Okay.
I feels like you know when you're in court. And then they read out the sentence for your son.
Literally, it's that type of feeling.
20 years in jail.
Like crazy. Then I left the meeting. Just going back to the car now. Like my mum was giving me tissues. I was like, "Why are you giving me tissues?" Like, "Oh, I thought you were gonna start crying." I was like, "No, like it's not that deep." I kind of felt it was coming in a way with the players that they were signing from like abroad.
Yeah, of course.
And at that age as well. So I kind of felt it was coming, but I was like, okay. It is what it is. We need to keep it moving, man. Nobody's going to be waiting for no one at the end of the day. So just literally on to the next one.
Yeah, like it takes a mentality as well to like recover from that. So after you've got released from Fulham, like what are you thinking? Are you thinking, football, I'm 16 now, GCSEs, trying to go to college, picking A-levels and that? Like, what's your mindset at this time after you've left Fulham?
My mindset was just like literally just looking for a new team, to be honest with you. Like, lucky enough, teams were already calling me like the next week. Then I went to like the exit trials where like loads of players that have been like go there, play a game, and loads of scouts go and watch them games. And literally my phone was just blowing up. Had options, to be fair, but these were like League 1, League 2 teams. And at that age, you don't really look at them like they're like.
You think who's this fam? Who these
men?
Yeah,
looking at these Plymouths and like Exeter, like who are these teams? Lucky enough, I got a phone call from Southampton, which came out of the blue, saying, "Oh, like we've seen Bevis, we want him to come in for a trial and to see how it goes." And that's how this journey at Southampton started.
Right. So you're at Southampton now. Do you are you with certain players at Southampton that you recognise today? Like
loads, man. When I was at Southampton, like the age group that I slid into was kind of like the golden generation. That's what they called it. With the likes of Luke Shaw, James Ward-Prowse, Callum Chambers, Harrison Reed, Jordan Turnbull, Sam McQueen. Loads of players that are still playing at a decent level. To this day. So I was lucky enough to be in that age group and for them to actually push us to the best of our ability.
So how was it playing with these type of players like Luke Shaw, Callum Chambers? Like, were these men like a level above? Could you see like, right, this guy's definitely gonna get a move? Like, I've seen Luke Shaw go to Man United, Chambers go to Arsenal. Could you recognise from when they were playing like these guys are just a different piece of cake?
Yeah, you can tell definitely with the quality that they showed in training and the intensity that they trained at. You can. Well, I quickly understood that. Okay, this is a serious age group that I'm in.
Yeah.
especially just the way the club was talking about them. Because I'm just a normal guy from London, just coming down to Southampton, like, what's going on? You know what I mean? So, yeah, you can definitely tell, especially that age. There was loads of good players in that age group, to be honest with you. And you can just tell, especially Luke Shaw, you can tell that he was going to be like accelerated into the first team. Probably the first out of that bunch that got their chance in the first team.
Yeah, because Luke Shaw, like, he was a burners. Like, you said you were quick back in the day. Well, was Luke Shaw like a mad? But you're thinking, like...
Yeah, he can move. To be honest, he could move. Definitely move, bro. And like, just the way that he plays, he's just so relaxed in every situation. If he went to train in the face, like, yeah, like they called me up to train with the first team. Like, I'm starting in the Prem next week. Like it was normal.
Bro,
at that age, it's just like, it's crazy if you think back at it. Like, crazy at that age as well, and like going into them games and actually dominating your opponent.
Yeah, that's mad. So you're playing for Southampton now. Are you playing in the under-23s? Was it under-23s still at that time? Was it under-21s or development squad?
It was. I think it was the last season of the under-21 year that they called it under-21s. So okay. Yeah, that was it. For obviously done my scholar, then signed my pro, then signed a new deal after that. Then after that, I went to Yeovil.
So you're at Southampton, you're playing in the... Could you see an opportunity for you to break into the squad? Because everybody would associate Southampton with bringing through young players. Was there ever a time where you thought, okay, coach, I'm ready now? Like maybe they had a cup game or like a game where you thought, this is my time to shine. Let me be on the bench at least. Was there ever a time you thought that?
Well, like, there was a time where at Southampton, when I was literally always training for the first team. And we played in the under-21s cup final. And I had a very, very good game. And I was meant to go on pre-season tour with the first team, but I got injured.
Yeah, so, knee injury.
Yeah, I got injured. So little moments like that, which hurt in a way, because obviously that would have been an opportunity to showcase myself. But at the same time, like, you can't really look back at the past and just have to look forward. Man, you know?
Even me as well. I was meant to go to trial for Chelsea, but my knee injury, the one there. And I was saying,
them ones.
So even now, so you've got injured now, and it's like you're in the form of your life, you'd say, at the time when you're just about got injured. Like, how is because you got a big injury as well. It's not like a little 2-week thing. Like, this is like a prolonged injury period. How are you feeling? Like, how do you mentally recover from an injury? Like, because you come back and you're thinking, oh, will I be the same? Will I still be quick?
Yeah.
Like, how is it mentally?
It was tough. It was tough when I had like my first meeting with the surgeon, and he said I was going to be out for that amount of time. I was like, oof, that's a long time to be out. But at the same time, I was like, just have to accept it, because there's only so much growing you can do.
Yeah.
Like, and you get nothing from it. So what's the point? So I was like, yeah, just get the surgery done and then just start my rehab as soon as possible to get me back to full fitness. And then I've done that. And funny enough, after when I finished everything, I was quicker than I was before, so much stronger than before. And it just allowed me to work on loads of different parts of my body that I didn't really know how to like activate or, strengthen up properly. So throughout that year, like, I was a totally different person and player. Yeah.
Did you feel like it showed you a different side of you? Like, do you feel like you matured through the whole injury process? Because I guess it was, maybe you could equate it to the similar setback when you got released from Fulham, but did you feel this was a bigger setback?
I wouldn't even think it was a bigger setback, to be honest with you. Because I knew that I was in good hands, and the rehab, the physios were going to look after me and make sure everything was done properly. So I had that at the back of my mind. And I knew at the end of the day, it's down to me how hard I want to push myself whilst doing the rehab. So luckily, Jay Rodriguez had like a similar knee injury around the same time. So I was literally doing it with him and doing our running together.
You lot boys?
We'll say we're boys, but like,
they're cool. You know the one you always must be. Yeah, what you saying? My guy.
Yeah, he's cool. Like, so I was lucky enough to like do it with him and just kind of pick his brain on certain things that I've seen that the first team are doing and like his movements within the game and just getting to know him as a person. Because at the end of the day, all these Prem players, they're just normal people at the end of the day.
Yeah, I think
so that was more surprising to me as well. And yeah, man, at the end of it, I was in good shape, man. I was ready to push on.
So you come back from injury now. What happens after that?
It's just like getting my match sharpness back, playing games in the under-21s, and just trying to work hard to get like a first team opportunity.
Yeah.
But I was at the age of like 20, 21. No, I was 20, 21, and I was like, oh, I'm at an age where I kind of need to be playing first team games if I'm looking to have a career in the game. So spoke to my coaches at Yeovil, at Southampton, and they said, yeah, they got a good connection with Yeovil. And yeah, you can go. This is like at the end of the season. So the under-21 season's finished.
Okay.
So they said you can go down to like Yeovil town and train with them for like 2 weeks or 3 weeks or however long. So I was like, yeah, that's a good idea. So hopefully I can go down there, show what I can do in training, then hopefully go out on loan the next year.
Yeah.
So went down there, trained well for like 2 weeks. I spoke to my agent and I just asked him, so what's the situation? It's like, I've got some good, I don't know how you're going to take it, but it's good or bad. It's like, Yeovil want you, which is good, but they want to sign you on a permanent deal. They don't want to sign you on a loan deal. I was like, okay. So I've still got a year left on my contract at Southampton. So I was like, so what's the situation there? I was like, it's totally up to you. You can either stay at Southampton, I had a good contract, or go to Yeovil. Obviously less money, but the opportunity is there to play first team football.
Yeah, every week.
Yeah, exactly. So went back home, spoke to my mum, spoke to my brothers about the situation. I'd like to be fair, like the money will come and go at the end of the day.
Of course.
So I decided to sign for Yeovil for, I think they only signed me a year deal. Then like within the next couple of months, I got extended to like another 2-year deal.
Yeah, they re-up that quick.
They had to.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, it was a decision that it was the right one, clearly. I just stayed there and just literally fizzled out of the game, or just took that leap of faith and just went for it.
Oh, big up you. So you're at Yeovil now. Finally, you've got your opportunity. First team football, professionally, League Two. Like how did it feel making your like first team debut? You're in the tunnel, fans are there shouting, screaming, "Come on!" Like how did it feel?
It was mad.
Made it, yeah.
It was mad because it was kind of a good game to have like your debut. It was Luton Town away. So Luton have got like a big fan base as well. And like the way the stadium set up, like the fans are like really close, like,
in it. Yeah.
You can feel like the atmosphere. So I remember walking out, I was like, right, this is a proper game. Like there's a lot of Luton fans here, like a small portion of Yeovil Town fans. I was like, hey, this is mad. But yeah, done well, played the game. I think we drew. I think we must have drew 2-2 or 1-1. I think we might equalise later on. And yeah, man, it was like a good introduction to like professional football. Yeah. I remember going back in the change room, everybody was like celebrating like it was a good result away from home. And like the manager's like, oh, Bevis well done. All the players like done a round of applause for me, obviously being my debut, which meant a lot for me.
Yeah,
to me.
Of course.
So yeah, that was the start of the journey at Yeovil.
So you're at Yeovil now, doing your thing. You've made it like. You've actually made it like. It's like, wow.
I made it at all. Huh? I don't feel like I made it at all.
I mean, of course, your ambition, but it's like,
it's
like another step in it. A step up the ladder.
It's a step for sure.
So at Yeovil now, and so tell us about like living in the area, your relationship with the fans, the players. Like, how is it? This is a new environment for you.
Yeah.
Yeovil, like Somerset. I don't know. I ain't heard of that.
That's Somerset. Yeah, Somerset.
Yeah, like, I don't know where Yeovil is. No one's there. I don't really know.
Yeovil's in the sticks. It's in the sticks, bro. Like coming from obviously London City, Southampton's a fairly big city. Yeah. Then going to like Yeovil, which is like a small town. Like everyone knows everyone. Like you go to the local Tesco, it's like, hi Mugabi, right Mugabi.
Yeah,
like,
everyone knows you.
Yeah, it's like everyone knows everyone. So And it's just a quiet place. So I guess it's kind of a good place to like go and just literally just focus on your football because you literally got no distraction.
Of course.
So, but the realization of just going there and just like, you have to do everything for yourself. Like, you have to do your own gym sessions. You have to do your own breakfast, your own, like, they gave us lunch, but I have to do my own dinner. It's just a lot of growth within myself as a person and a footballer to go down to Yeovil for sure, which I'm grateful for. And I needed at that time because some players who have been in like academies and big academies, they'll struggle to make that kind of drop down into like League 2, League 1, where you have to like fend for yourself.
Yeah.
So I've done that and I'm grateful for the opportunity that they gave me for sure because I grew a lot throughout that period.
Cool. How was it scoring because according to my research, you scored your first goal for Yeovil against Portsmouth. Is this right?
Yeah.
How was it feeling like scoring? Like that's the pinnacle. Like scoring a goal. Like
it was good. It was a nice feeling. Definitely a nice feeling just getting that first goal, and then especially being against Portsmouth because obviously Portsmouth and Southampton's like number one rivals.
You got a little beef with them.
Yeah. So like when I obviously said I'm grateful for like happy to get my first goal for Yeovil, especially against Portsmouth. Literally, the tweet blew up and got like thousands of retweets and likes. And I was like, wow, I never knew it was that deep. But, yeah, that was a good time, and that was definitely one of my favorite moments at Yeovil for sure.
Yeah, big up. And do you still love the town? Do you still speak to people like from Yeovil today, even though you've now left? Moved on?
A few people I speak to a few of the players that I was playing at Yeovil around that time. So I've still got a good connection with a few of the players there because obviously I was a young pro, so they helped me throughout that period. So I always try to keep contact with them, especially like with social media and Instagram and Twitter. We kind of always connected in a way. Nice. So yeah, for sure, I always like message them from time to time, and they message me from time to time just to check up on me.
Nice. Now, before we get on to what you're doing now for Motherwell, now we know where you're from, the motherland, the pearl of Africa.
The pearl of
Uganda.
Africa.
I also know that the national team is just different, I think, for like playing like for a club team because it's like this is you're from like Uganda, your parents are from there. They must have been so proud. Like, how did it feel making the debut for Uganda?
That was mad because I never knew that it was going to be that much of a big deal.
It's a big
deal. You know what I mean?
It's a big deal.
Because I thought it was just going to be calm. I'm just going to go there, play my little game.
Yeah.
Then obviously go home, go back to the hotel, see the family, have a catch up with the family, Matoke, push on, the whole shebang. Matoke, everything. So, yeah, I went there. Like, the love that I was getting was crazy. Just like fans just coming to me saying, thank you so much for coming. There's not many players that will come back and like choose their motherland and support us. And like, it was mad. There was a lot to take in. Just being on the news, local newspapers. Yeah. Then Mumsy getting like messages from everybody in Uganda saying, oh, thank you so much for letting Bevis come and play. Just like, it was a lot. I was thinking, wow, this is mad. I'm literally just a guy from Harrogate. And this is happening. So, yeah, man, it was lit. Honestly, it was one of my favorite moments in my career, for sure.
Especially because you're playing in England as well. Like, someone from England playing for Uganda, it's mad, like you said, like picking Uganda, playing for them. Like, big up to you, man. Man of the people. Yeah, Uganda. Over my
Come on, have to. Especially because I feel like no one my age around that time was really going out to play for their motherland country, which made it even more of a big deal, I think. Because if I was obviously like 25, 26 now, so it wouldn't be that a big deal.
Yeah.
You're
coming at a time where Uganda's doing their thing on the map. Because when the man was in school, people will be saying, Uganda, where's Uganda's national team? You might have a football team. Rare. I can say, listen, we're making AFCONs normal regular things. We were saying before, like, how you want to get Uganda to the World Cup. Like, we've never been to the World Cup, and it's a big ask. But like with our team, our team is a younger team. We got a good keeper. We got you in defense holding it down.
Right.
So, like, what's your like ambitions for Uganda?
Like as we said, like we played in AFCON, done well in AFCON. Or nobody really expected us to do as well as we done. And obviously, our next goal was to qualify for next year's AFCON. And yeah, next step was World Cup, man. It was World Cup. Just go as far as possible in African Cup of Nations next year. Then yeah, just start the road to the World Cup. To be honest with you.
Also, I've got another question because we played Uganda played Senegal in the AFCON. Was it 2 years ago or last year? And obviously, Mane's from Senegal, and he was playing, and he missed a penalty, by the way. Shout out that. How does it feel like playing against Mane? Because Mane now is definitely top 10 best players in the world. How was it playing against him? Is man that quick? Is it peak?
It was bad because he was at Southampton when I was there, so I already knew him from then.
Yeah,
like we had a good conversation like before the game and after the game, just having a catch up.
Yeah.
So he was like, "Oh yeah, you done well against me," like because I like to. I tried my best and I thought I done pretty well against.
On your team, yeah, you done your team. We're unlucky to lose that game.
Yeah, but you can obviously tell the difference within him and the other players. Like just the sharpness of him himself and like the movements that he would make. It's easy for him to be one of the top 10 players in the world, 100%. Especially just seeing it firsthand and playing against him. You get, especially him playing at Liverpool with the players that he's got around him to make his job easier of scoring goals and making assists. It's kind of makes sense. So that was definitely a good experience playing against them.
Hopefully many more to come, and we'll get them next time.
100%, man, 100%.
So let's go on to your current team now, Motherwell, Scottish Premier League. How did that move come about? So to talk about like the end of Yeovil and then you go into Motherwell.
It was a mad time. It was a very crazy time for myself because we had a change in manager at Yeovil towards the end of the season. New manager came in and liked me a lot. And I was literally playing every game, doing really well, like getting man of the matches, but we just weren't getting the results that we needed to stay up.
Yeah.
So eventually, end of the season, we got relegated, and I was thinking, oh my God, this is crazy. And then randomly, I got a call from the Ugandan national team coach saying, I've been watching you play, and I've seen you've been doing well despite the results that you've been getting. So I want to call you up to the team, and you haven't got a place given to you, you have to come and earn it. And I was like, okay, yeah, fair enough. I wasn't even expecting this call, to be honest with you. So I literally went back to London for like a week, then flew over to Uganda to start training camp. Then done well for the training camp, got selected for the final squad. Then started in AFCON. Then obviously a couple of weeks later, AFCON finished. Came back to London, and I was just speaking to my agent about obviously options.
Yeah. And
just things weren't really going on. Like things weren't happening the way I thought it would happen. So I ended up parting ways with my agent. Then I spoke to one of my ex-teammates that I was playing at Yeovil Town with, and he said he used to play for Motherwell. He said towards the end of the season, Motherwell were asking about you, i.e. me, and asking about my situation coming for the coming season. And I was like, I might as well just give them a call to see if they're in need of a centre-back, because I'm literally at home, like the season started, and like I need to sign for a team somewhere. So I called them up, and I was like, yeah, like I'm still here, I'm just in London, so if you need like a centre-back to come up, like I'm just here. They're like, it's funny enough, we're just like speaking about you. So we'll send them my details, and they'll book me a flight, and then I'll come up and start training the following week.
Wow.
Trained for the following week, then eventually just ended up signing me. And then, so it was a mad time, very, very crazy, to be honest, very crazy.
Yeah, because I remember like last time I saw you, you came to my like graduation sort of barbecue thing. You were telling me like you were still a free agent, so it's mad how things can work.
Literally.
So like, you're at Motherwell now. Like, so when you signed for them, you're signing with them. Was it a 1 year deal? Some of them.
at first I signed a 6, well, until Jan. So I signed like November, beginning of November, and I only signed it till Jan. Then I made my debut against Rangers. I think Rangers or Celtic, one of the two. And then I've done well. Yeah, one of the big boys that I've done well. Now, I made my debut against Aberdeen. Then I played against Rangers the following week and done well in that. Then obviously my name started going about saying, Bevis Mugabi's done well. This time I got then literally like a month later, they told me they were going to offer me a new deal to extend it for another 2 years. So then I just signed that straight away.
So how was it like playing in the SPL? Because we were speaking before, like it's bare cold in Scotland and that.
Yeah.
Like, how was it playing? Because you play against Rangers, Celtic, Hearts, Hibs. Like these are like really big teams, like on the face of it. Like, how was it playing against these teams week in, week out?
It's a strange league, to be honest with you, because you've got your Rangers, Celtic, Hibs, Aberdeen, who are like, okay, Celtic, Rangers are like borderline champ, maybe Prem budgets.
Yeah, maybe, of course, yeah.
You got like Aberdeen, Hibs who have got like a good budget considering the rest of us, and then you got like us and a few other teams. So like, it's a bit weird when you're playing like Rangers with a sold out stadium, then you're playing like, I don't know,
St Johnston.
Yeah, or like a smaller team of like a couple thousand. So it's a bit strange kind of just changing from that to that. But the actual standard within like the players in the SPL are good. Like it's a good standard. And sometimes a lot of people down south in England do look down upon it and kind of discredit it when they haven't really experienced it for themselves. And I found out quickly that it's actually a good standard up there.
I agree, because you see players come from that SPL, people playing there, ripping it up. Even in Europa League, I look at Rangers, top of their Europa League group. That's just, and obviously you had a good season last year, qualified for the Europa League qualifying stages. Like, how was last season? Like playing for Motherwell, doing well in the league. Like, how was that feeling? Like everyone's so bounced, the fans are happy, everyone's happy. Like, how was that?
Yeah, it was bad because like when I first signed, like the team was just flying, like winning every week, and I was speaking to the players, like, hey, like this season, I don't even know what's happened to us. We just changed our style of football. We're just popping teams like just quickly. Well, like last season, we were just like near, in and around the bottom, just like scraping it.
Yeah.
And they were like, yeah, like a one-off season. Like this has never happened before. I was like, bro, because I'm just coming to it and you're winning, so this is normal to me.
Yeah.
So I'm like, that's hard to believe. You can't have been struggling when you're playing like this. Like you just being Hearts, Hibs, just like popping them off the park. And I was like, wow, this is actually mad. And then eventually we qualified for the Europa League, which is a big achievement in itself. And then, it was a good experience, man, for sure. Last season was a good season for us.
Finishing third in SPL is no mean feat, you know, because everyone expects Celtic, Rangers first and second. But to be the best team after them, great achievement. So big up to the Motherwell squad.
It was a good achievement.
You lot done your thing. So what's your like future plans within football? Would you aim to achieve?
For myself personally, just try my best to play at the highest level possible that I can get to.
Yeah.
And I'm still at a good age where I can still play at a high level. So just commit myself and just keep on improving every day, every training session is trying to improve and just see where it takes me. Yeah, that's it, to be honest with you.
Yeah. And like, what advice would you give to people who are like ballers now, maybe say similar challenges you faced, getting released or getting injured? What advice would you give to them as they make their journeys?
I would say it's probably easy to say, but just never give up, man. Like, not every coach is gonna be having you. You're not gonna be every coach's type of player. And if you're persistent and you're committed, something has to give. That's the way I see it. Something has to give. You keep on persistent and keep on working hard every day at your craft, then there's no reason why you shouldn't get an opportunity.
Of course.
So as long as you commit yourself and just mentally commit yourself and you've got your clear goals stuck in your head, even if you write them down on a piece of paper, it's something to always look to and just to keep yourself motivated, saying like, yeah, this is my goal. So when you reach that, the next one, the next one, the next one. So as long as you do that, there's no reason why you can't make it to the top.
Oh, you're preaching good, Pastor Bevis. Love to hear. But yeah,
right.
so I've got a couple questions. Yeah, told a couple guys, Bevis Mugabi, innit? Got a couple questions. So, also just before that, like, is there a big difference between like no fans at the ground and fans at the ground? Like, do the players really think, right? Like, do you find it hard to be motivated without the fans?
At first, the first couple of days was very, very strange. The first couple of games, that was weird. And just like, it was just silence and just like no atmosphere, like no buzz. It was very strange, but after like a few games, you kind of get used to it. They try to play like that fake crowd noise in the stadium, which kind of makes a difference a little bit.
Oh wait, it came through the stadium, the fake crowd noise.
Yeah, sometimes they play it through the stadium, and it kind of makes a difference at times, but it's nothing compared to actually having fans there just shouting abuse at you or cheering you on, you know.
Oh yeah, the abuse. Have you got abused before? I'm not racist. I'm meant to be racist, but like, man, I said, you're rubbish, mate. Wait, where's your touch?
Yeah. Yeah, all of them type of comments, man. You have a little banner with the crowd and that. So, yeah, man. Hopefully, I know down south, the fans are starting to be allowed in the stadiums, but up there, we're still in lockdown. I think we come out of lockdown on Wednesday, I think. So, yeah, we'll see what the government have to say when we come out of lockdown. So hopefully soon they'll be allowed in.
Free up, man. Free up the fans, man.
Free up fans.
Like, 3,000 makes a difference. Like, I was watching the games, big difference.
Trust me, especially when you saw like Arsenal getting popped.
Oh, don't talk about them. Don't talk about them ones there. Slug. Bruv, with the way that Arsenal defending, fam, you would be doing a steady job there. I ain't gonna say no names, but certain man in that back line need to get shifted quick. Yeah. So if someone asked like me to ask you like, well, who's the toughest opponent you faced? You can name more than one, but like, who's the toughest people that you'd say you faced?
I would say probably Sadio Mane, probably being the obvious one.
Oh, boy.
And probably Jermaine Defoe, because obviously he's at Rangers.
Yeah.
He's probably one of the toughest ones, especially he's like 37 and his movement's still sharp. And like he's at one time, was on that side of his shoulder, next minute he's running behind you, he's coming short. It's like you always have to be switched on.
Yeah.
So them two are the clear names to stand out, to be honest with you.
Okay. Who's the most influential coach or manager that you've had?
The most influential. I'll say that I've had loads of different coaches that have taught me different sides of the game.
Yeah.
So I'll say my under 18s coach, Jason Dodd, and Paul Williams. They just kind of showed me like technical side of playing centre back and just playing out with the ball. Then when I went to Yeovil, it's a bit more like direct and physical and just win your headers, timing of headers and stepping in front of the striker. So Terry Skibberton, definitely for my step up in professional football and being well adapted to win games at that level.
Yeah.
Coming into Motherwell, it's like being back at an academy and just like the way the coach and staff actually break the game down, analyze our opposition that we're going to play, and like they'll change the way that we play to get the results that we need. And the one-on-one coaching sessions that I'm getting myself, it's like being back at an academy and just like learning different sides of the game that I didn't really know before.
So much attention to detail.
Pardon?
So much attention to detail.
Yeah, exactly that. So that's one thing that I'm grateful for even coming in for and just getting that type of coaching. So yeah, different coaches have given me different sides of the game that I never had before.
Okay. Is there any like players that were your idols when you were growing up? So you looked up to and thought, I want to be like him. Like I love him the way he plays and stuff like that.
I would say when I was playing centre midfielder, Vieira.
Of course.
Similar builds. Even though I hated Arsenal, but I was like similar build. Like I like the way he just dominates the midfield, scores goals and defends, and just his whole persona that came with him.
Yeah.
And when I got moved back to centre back, looked up to Rio Ferdinand. Again, be similar builds, and just the way he was just composed on the ball, the way he defended, calm, and just the way he organised the players around him and took ownership of the game and just controlled his back line. So that's somebody I still like. Up before every game, I always like put clips on my TV of him just playing, just to give me that little bit of motivation.
Who did you support growing up?
Man United, of course.
United. These United.
It's born and bred. Manny.
These United fans. Fam, the United fans aren't even bad. It's the United fans from London. Oh my God. Oh boy.
You got fun with them.
You didn't want it, bro. You didn't want to deal with them, man. But
yeah. It's always intense when the Arsenal and United fan clash. Always intense.
Oh, the rivalry, fam. Like, I can't even rep Arsenal, man. The way it's going now, yeah, boy.
The Arsenal fans have gone missing at the moment.
I don't know. Who's Arsenal? I ain't heard of them.
What are you saying? You want Arteta in or out? Because I'm hearing mixed reviews, man. No, people love him at the start.
Nah, but you get, fam. It's like when you had Oli in it. You loved him at the start, but now it's like, the thing is, Arteta is like, you can see what he's trying to do, but it's whether he's got the place to do it. And some of his player choices are very questionable. Like Saliba, why is he not playing? Ozil, Maitland-Niles ain't playing.
Yeah, that was a big one.
Yeah, like, and plus Arsenal 15th. Like, when was the last time Arsenal were 15th?
I can't remember.
11 games. Like, this is almost halfway. This is like, if Arsenal don't pick up, they could get relegated. Like, real.
You have to, the December period is gonna be key.
Yeah, they've got a difficult game.
Picking up points.
Got Chelsea, I think Manchester City in the cup. But
wait
and see. Okay, but Messi or Ronaldo? Now answer this question wisely.
For me, like, when people ask me this question, I was like, how can you even ask a man a question like this? Because we're just lucky enough to be, in our lifetime, we've seen both.
Real talk, I agree with you on that point.
At the same time, you can't argue who's better. They're both, like, two of the greatest players to ever play this sport.
In the same generation as well, which is mad.
In the same generation, and we're lucky enough to have witnessed both of them in their prime.
Yeah, it's mad.
So when somebody asks me this question, I'm like natural ability, Messi, of course. It's just like naturally just gifted.
Yeah.
But Ronaldo, like, just the way he trains, the way like he's actually committed like his whole life, and just, I'm not sure if you watched the documentary. Just like the way like he just lives football and just breathes it. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And he's obsessed with it.
His mentality is just different.
So,
Especially in the Champions League, the amount of goals he's got is...
The amount of goals is embarrassing. Like, he puts up them type of numbers, man.
Boy, it's
crazy. But I can't even answer that question, man.
Yeah, fair.
Who would you go for? Because it looks like you got your answer already.
The thing is, I always had an answer to this, but the way Messi's been playing this season, I'm thinking, bro, like, you can't be Messi. In my opinion, Messi the better player. But Ronaldo's durability, not saying Messi's not durable, but the way Ronaldo is at this level, still pamming goals. Like Messi's walking.
Messi's walking.
Man just gets penalties now. That's it.
The way Ronaldo is adapted from going Manchester, Spain, Italy, and still banging in goals wherever he goes. And the impact that he has on the team is just like...
Yeah. But with Ronaldo, a lot of the time, like, he would have a poor game, but just bag a goal and everyone would be like, oh, Ronaldo's on here again.
Yeah, that's his job, no?
It's true. But Messi will do a mad, control the game, get a couple assists. Man with us didn't score. Doesn't count. But... they're both, like I said, they're both great players.
Exactly that.
Watch basketball.
I try watching the playoffs, but it's just the time difference is crazy, man.
I think still.
It's crazy.
Because we're going to ask Jordan or LeBron.
Oh, God. See, that's exactly the same, man. Me, personally, Michael Jordan.
Man, don't be safe, man. That's a safe ask everyone goes for. Go for LeBron. He's the
LeBron
GOAT.
is like a legend. He's the GOAT. He is the GOAT. But Michael Jordan is Michael Jordan, man.
Yeah, next question. I don't want to talk about this. Big up Jordan though is hard, but
you have to.
Team LeBron on that question. And there's a couple more. Would you rather be a great player with a trashed legacy, or a good player but only a couple man will remember you? So like, man, your name's coming up in trivia card. People are saying, "Who's this?" But your name could come up in trivia card. It's like, oh, this guy was a great player, but I can't forgive him for what he did.
Oof. So great player,
but tarnished legacy. Like, you're ruined. Like, you got like a Bill Cosby reputation. R. Kelly.
Oh God. No way.
Straight cancelled. But you're a great artist, but you can't really.
I don't want that legacy, man. I want to be remembered.
Okay, not as bad as that, but
no. That's crazy. What was the other one?
Or be a good player, but few remember you. Like, man, I think you're like, I don't want to say certain man's names in it. I don't want to remember you talk, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But you were good, but like no one's gonna remember you in it. You're just like, oh, he played for us. Oh yeah, he was a decent player, you know. It's one of them ones.
I would want to be remembered as just a consistent performer. That's what it's all about.
So which one
being consistent.
You answer the question. Which one is you?
Great player, but tarnished. Oh yeah, I'll just go for that, man. At least people still know that I've done my best and I was great. I was amazing at that club.
I hear that.
But it depends what like mistake did I like give away a pen in like a cup final sign. Ridiculous.
Yeah, you could be something like, well, his legacy wasn't really tarnished, but rest in peace, Maradona. Like he did the handball, or maybe you scored an own goal for Uganda in the World Cup final, but you was a great player. I mean, you would be a great player after that. I can't.
Yeah, you wouldn't. I really wouldn't. I wouldn't be allowed back in Uganda, to be honest.
Yeah, stuff like that. Stuff like, oh, I can't believe you've done that. It was great, but I just can't forgive him for
that. I'll just have to be great, bro.
I hear that.
At least they know that I'm great.
As they always say, there's no such thing as bad publicity.
Sure. Sure. Remember forever.
Yeah, true. But yeah, that comes to the end of this interview with my cousin Bevis Mugabi. The journey, it's been great. I appreciate you for coming on the pod.
No worries, man. Anytime.
Big up. All the best for the rest of the season. And I hope to see you again.
For sure. Part 2.
You know.